All right, folks, here we go. Episode 1. Can you feel the excitement, Derek?
I'm excited.
A
little nervous.
You sound hesitant. All right, so here's how this podcast is going to work. I'm going to give you, the audience, insights into the functions and systems of the body and how they all work together. But here's the heads up. It's very complicated. And that's why my husband is here to help me. He doesn't have the education that I have. He is just a, normal Joe. And so he's going to help me help you understand the body in an applicable way. No pressure, Derek.
Yeah, I'll just ask the questions simple questions.
Here's my question to start us off on today's topic. How many of you have wanted to be healthier and have a better functioning body? I think everybody could say yes to that, right?
Yeah.
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to cover 6 foundations of the body that can help you accomplish those goals. Are you ready?
Let's get started.
Okay, here we go. All right, there are things that you can do right now that can start shifting toward what you're wanting, that healthier, more functioning body. All right, I'll be calling these things the foundations as taught through the Nutritional Therapy Association, which is where I got my education to become a nutritional therapy practitioner. I love these foundations because it's very attainable and it really does make sense when you stop to think about it. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to be just highlighting things from each of these foundations, and then in future episodes, I'm going to go into the details of how these foundations work. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so first thing we're going to focus on for foundation number 1 is pay attention to your digestion. I didn't even know that rhymed until I just said it. Pay attention to digestion. Please do. Okay, so Derek, you've heard me talk about in our family, like a lot, about digestion. Can you, pop quiz, explain what digestion is?
Very simplistic form. I eat something, my body uses it and breaks it down and gets rid of the waste.
Okay, that is basically what digestion is, right? So when we're talking about digestion, there's a lot of parts. It's not just we eat it and it's done. There's all these different organs that are involved in the whole process. But here's the kicker. What do you think is the first thing that starts your digestive processes? So before you even start to eat, what do you think is the body ready for eating?
My stomach tells me I'm hungry.
Okay, so what's actually going on there is your brain is starting to get your body ready. So the kickstarter of everything is actually your brain. Okay, so if your brain is distracted during a whole eating process, you are not going to absorb the food that you need. So you're going to have a harder time breaking it down, and then you're going to have a harder time using what that food has to offer. All right, so even though you're looking at your plate and you're like, man, my plate looks beautiful. Look at all those greens and protein. If your mind somewhere else, whether it's stress or you're just off thinking about something or you're just completely distracted, your brain can't interact with your digestive organs in the same way. So that means all those nutrients that are in that food may not be accessible to your body because it's not fully ready to receive that. All right, Derek, how are we doing over there?
Pretty good. So you're saying that if I don't actually take a lunch break and I eat my lunch while working, my food is not going to be used?
It's not going to be used as well. You'll still be able to digest. But optimal digestion, the full functioning digestive processes cannot happen unless your brain is interacting. So, a big catchphrase is mindful eating. Well, what the heck does that mean? That means your mind is involved with the eating process. If your mind is engaged, you will digest and absorb your food better, automatically.
That makes sense.
Okay? Well, I say automatically. There can be things that can interrupt that whole process. But generally speaking, if your brain is involved, you're thinking about the food, you're smelling it, you're looking at it, your brain is giving your whole body the readiness to eat that food.
Okay.
Okay. What I want you to remember for foundation number 1 is pay attention to digestion. Foundation number 2 focuses on blood sugar balance. Our blood sugar is absolutely necessary for our bodies to work properly, right? But it can be dysregulated and get out of whack. How does that happen? You'll hear me ask that question a lot because that is how my mind works. Constantly, well, how does that work? Why does that happen? So how does blood sugar get out of whack? Why does it become dysregulated? If you eat too many carbs, high sugar, that's an obvious one, right? It's obvious if you eat a lot of sugar, your blood sugar is probably going to become too much, right?
Right.
Do you agree?
Yeah.
But when we're compiling with what we're eating, let's say we are eating that high carb, high sugar diet, and then on top of that, we have poor sleep patterns, we're high stress, we mindlessly eat our food, that blood sugar balance becomes even more difficult for the body. So it's not just about eating too many sugars or too many carbs, which does obviously play a major role, but we have to consider, how well are you sleeping? How much mental or emotional stress do you chronically have? How much is your mind engaged with your digestion? And we already know that mindful eating is a big thing because it helps your optimal digestion. So blood sugar regulation is what, Derek? What would you pull out from that?
Well, it's way more than what you eat. It's just your lifestyle in general.
Yep. So your lifestyle and what you eat, both of those contribute to how well your body can balance out that blood sugar. So that's our foundation number 2. On to foundation number 3.
Let's go.
Foundation number 3 focuses on fatty acids. Derek, have you ever heard of fatty acids?
I've heard of them.
Okay. Well, fatty acids are the breakdown of fats. So when you eat fat, you have to be able to digest it and break those down to these fatty acids. And these things are amazing, okay? So some of these will cause inflammation and some will cause anti-inflammation. You actually need both for your body to work very well and functionally well, okay? So you need a variety. When you eat a variety of these fats and you're able to digest it, your body's getting what it needs to balance out the responses. Oftentimes, though, what do we tend to eat? Processed foods, fast food. We eat at restaurants a lot. Unfortunately, in all these more convenient types of foods, types of meals, they are offering us more of those pro-inflammatory rather than anti-inflammatory responses. That's a problem, right? And that's one of the big benefits if you cook your own meals. You can control what kind of stuff you're bringing into your body. All right, so Derek, can you give a quick recap of foundation number 3 for us?
Well, definitely just eating out all the time and pre-cooked meals like frozen foods, those are definitely going to be causing some more inflammation. Low fat tends to be a red flag to me as well.
Yep. So if you're not getting a proper balance of those fats and your body is not able to break it down, you can start teetering more to that inflammatory response rather than having that balance out of anti-inflammatory as well. So foundation number 3, looking at fatty acids. Okay, so let's remind ourselves of where we've been so far. We've talked about digestion, blood sugar, fatty acids. Now for foundation number 4, are you ready?
Let's do it.
Minerals. There are so many different minerals our body needs, but the one we're going to focus because it's the most abundant in our body is calcium. Derek, what do you know about calcium?
Got to get it from cows.
Okay. Okay. Cows, dairy, is that what you're getting at?
Yeah.
Drink milk, strong bones? Okay, well that might be possible, yes, but did you know that there's 6 cofactors, 6 other things that you need for your body to actually use the calcium you're putting in? Did you know that?
It's not as simple then, is it?
No. So your body needs 6 different things in order for you to use the calcium. You need to have proper hormonal function, good hydration. You need other minerals and other vitamins to actually use it. You need fatty acids and you need digestion. All of these things play a role in how well your body can use that calcium and then use that calcium to help your bones become stronger, do repair work, all those things that we know about calcium. But there's 6 different things that calcium depends on to be actually used in the body. Surprising?
It is.
I do want to take a giggle break here because I kept saying minerals very emphatically. I mumble sometimes, so I was really trying to hit that word hard. So
Well, you got it.
that word hard, yeah. Anyways, foundation 5, hydration. Let's just keep up that no mumbling thing, right? Hydration. What does that mean? Drink water, and drink water. water is like really important for us, right? Did you know that, Derek? Did you know?
I'm catching that.
It's really important, right? Proper hydration can be the difference between a functional and a dysfunctional body.
Wow.
That simple factor, right? Our whole body, all of our cells depend on proper water intake in order for it to function at best. So we already heard that the minerals depend on hydration, right? Your energy depends on hydration. Guess what? Digestion depends on hydration. Okay? So if you're not drinking enough water, man, what a great way to start off healthy habits. Increase your water. Often we have these early signs of dehydration, like you're like really tired, you're starting to get kind of cranky, your brain stops working as well. Did you know that can be a sign of dehydration, an early sign that your body's saying, hey, I need some water. So just grab a sip of water, right? Also, you need to consider when you're thinking about water and what to drink, it's important to look at the quality of your water. Okay, so there is a website called ewg.org, and you can actually put in your zip code. If you go ewg.org/tapwater, you'll put in your area code, and it'll pull up the things that have been tested for in your water, and you can actually see what the heck are you drinking. Because not just H2O you're getting a lot more things. In some areas, it's actually getting a lot more than you would definitely want. So we're looking at proper hydration, and then also you have to consider the quality of your water. What you thinking there, Derek?
I better go get a filter.
Good thing we already have one. Good thing. All right, so foundation number 5, hydration. Drink water, drink water. Drink water. All right, our last foundation number 6, the whole food, nutrient-dense diet. I want you to think of this one as like the bear hug of all the other foundations. Okay? So in order to get the resources that you need to have good digestion, blood sugar, fatty acids, and minerals, well, you need to be taking that in. And the best way of getting that is through a whole food diet that is also properly prepared so your body has the most potential of getting what it needs from the food.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, what makes sense? How does that make sense to you?
Well, the whole food aspect, it's just obvious to me. The more you process it, the less it looks like the actual original form.
Okay. Yep. So that's the basic idea of whole foods when you're eating whole foods. So there you go. So number 6 is your nutrient-dense diet. That is, again, like the bear hug for all the other foundations. Okay, so these are 6 foundations thought out by the NTA to give you a great start to either start your journey or continue your journey and maybe offer some new perspective and highlights of things you didn't think about before. I am Rachel.
I'm Derek.
And we are hoping to help you put the pieces of your health together through the Intricately Woven podcast. Talk to you next time.